Yeah, hello everybody. My name is Peter Heidkamp. Thank you for that nice introduction. The next 20 minutes, I will guide you through the state of digitalization in Germany. Where does Germany stand in terms of digital? Deutschland digital. We have conducted a series of studies, and in order to make this a bit more interesting for you to follow, we decided not to use a standard presentation, but to use a more dynamic format. So I hope this will make it easier for you to follow these interesting and exciting next 20 minutes. Before we go into the studies, maybe let me take you to a journey. What is digital? We heard a lot already in the last 40 minutes. What is digital? Industry 4.0, tons of opportunities. And if you look here, trends in technology, that is actually what we're all seeing, what we're all facing. Internet of Things, cloud computing, disruptive technology, frightening to many of us, to many traditional companies, mobility, robotics, wearables, telematics, tons of opportunities, or maybe risks for some of us, for some of you, we see and we need to address. Sometimes we have the impression that we are sitting there like a rabbit in front of a large snake, not knowing what to do, and I think that is something we need to change. There's a huge, some call it a war going on between digital disruptive companies and traditional companies who needs to change. So the digital enterprise, we all probably know how it would look like. It is focused on the customer. It is focused on customer value. It is able to innovate. Innovation is the most important thing we need to establish. We need to know how to manage cybersecurity and data protection. We need to establish an ecosystem. Probably no one will be able in the future to survive on its own. We need to be able to partner with new companies, with startups, with established companies. We need to create our own digital ecosystem. All that requires agility. We can no longer be in our stable environment. We need a digital operating model which allows to speed, which allows us to be very agile in the cooperation with clients, customers, partners, and everybody else. We need to cooperate. And in the middle, that's also something we heard, is data. We need to know how to cope with the data we have. In the speeches before, we see even Kercher has digital database services. We have machines in our household which have database services. So every company needs to know which data is relevant and how to analyze data. And despite being a rabbit, we should rather be a chameleon, which is able to be quick, to change, to adjust, and to change the color every day if it's required by our customers. But where do we stand? Where does Germany stand in terms of digital? We have conducted several studies, and I will guide you through some of them. First is the CEO Outlook, which is a global study conducted by KPMG globally. And interesting enough, the hunger is back. That is the term you can see here only in German. We asked 1,200 CEOs what do they think on growth and change opportunities, what do they comment, and where do they stand in technology terms. 1 out of 5 CEOs, and that is very interesting, thinks inorganic growth is the chance. So they don't want to change themselves, they want to change by acquiring other companies, by growing inorganically, by using knowledge they don't have in their own space. We see that every 4th CEO in Germany only sees his company in a leading role in terms of big data. So just every 4th CEO thinks he is leading in big data. In the US, we have 3 times as much. And just 1/4 of all CEOs in Germany has ever attended a meeting on cybersecurity. We're all talking about risk, and we're talking about data protection security, and that is interesting. Just 1/4 has attended cybersecurity meeting and seems to take this as a serious, as an important thing to address. The second study I would like to show you is survival of the smartest. That was a study we conducted first time 2 years ago. The second edition was done last year to ask German companies, what do you think in terms of processes, in terms of business model, in terms of data, where do you stand and how do you want to survive in the digital market, in a new digital environment, and actually who will survive in that market, who will be the one to survive the next years of change. And we've come to a scoring which compares different industries. The scoring is 1 to 100 in a mixture on, as I mentioned, processes, business model, data. And very interesting, media is the most digitized industry in Germany, probably because a challenge addressed them much earlier than other industries. So media is the most digitalized industry. Telecommunication is second, probably also because telecommunication is very close to digitalization, IT, banking, and the last ones are insurance companies and retailers, which seem not yet to have coped with all the digital challenges out there. The key learnings from that study are those 5 measures we recommend to consider. The first is digital ecosystems. You can't survive on your own. You need to understand what is a digital ecosystem, what are the challenges, who are the partners you need to survive, how can you cooperate, co-invent with clients, with customers, and how can you interact with your own employees in a new way. Digital business model. We need to rethink our business models. We can't just continue as we used to do. We need to know what are the changes to our business model, and this exercise will be a continuous process which we need to implement in our innovation cycle for the next decades. And then come to a digital DNA. We all talk about data culture. We need to change the way every process is done. We need to change our people. We need to change the whole company to really become a digital company with a digital DNA in our operating model. Of course, having a trustful customer relationship is key, especially in Germany. Most people are afraid of data protection issues, of cybersecurity issues. We all read a lot. Probably you've heard about this Barbie event. Mattel launched a Barbie which can talk to your children, but it uses cloud-based speech analysis. So people are afraid and probably won't buy this anymore. That is something we need to address. We need to show our clients that we have a trustful relationship and we treat their data very trustful, very secure and protect. But most important, we need to come from data pureness to data richness. We need to know how to create value with data, from data, for ourselves, for our companies, but that of course means also for our clients, for our customers. How to do this? How to generate value with data? What is value from data? That is a question which we asked us last year. We all talk about big data as a huge technology issue. We have new methodologies, we have new technology which is able to cope with petabyte of data. You all know this numbers, how fast the internet is growing, how fast data within companies is growing. We wanted to understand what does it mean for our business, what value can we generate with the data. And so KPMG conducted a global study on going beyond the data, turning data from insights into value. First of all, to understand the differences between different countries. Interesting to see what is the motivation for DNA. If you look at China and the US, the motivation is clearly to improve productivity. What I would expect to be the focus for German companies, if we use the term Industrie 4.0, that would exactly what I would expect in Germany to be the case. If you look at Germany, actually, for me, it looks like it's a bit undecided. Yeah, we have a bit of everything. We want to generate sales, we want to improve productivity, we want to reduce cost. It might be that we are a bit undecided how to generate value from data, what to do with data. And that is why we jointly with Bitkom Research started to investigate a bit more in detail how are big data initiatives or data analytics initiatives in Germany being conducted, how do German companies generate value with data. And that report we launched last summer, and we really asked people from the business, not from technology, no CIOs, only business people, how do you want to use data? And it came out that just 50% of all companies really think they do generate value with data today. Actually, from our point of view, there are many opportunities. Understand customers, optimize your cash flow, manage risks, increase performance. And all that is already there. You have all that in your data. It's just about turning data into insights and into actionable decisions, into information you can use for your business. You can really bring to the front, bring to your business. However, just 9%, and that is a very, very small and maybe even frightening number of all companies in Germany do use big data technologies. So we're talking about all data analytics, but just 9% really are able to use big data technologies, are really able to use these new technologies and turn them into value, into insight. We also took a much deeper look into the different areas where data analytics is being used, and we ask what are the main objectives by using data. And it turns out that process and customer focus is what German companies are looking for. So if you look here, 86% of German companies are looking for optimization of organization and processes. 86% as well want to enhance customer contact, customer relationship, customer focus. 76% want to enhance decisions. So that is actually what we are looking for in terms of big data, in terms of data analytics. If we look into different industries, into different sectors, very funny, automotive is ahead. Automotive and insurance companies are ahead. If you remember, earlier we said insurance companies are, in terms of digitalization, not the first movers, but in terms of big data analytics, they are very much advanced. They know how to use big data, probably because they always use data, and because they have a large experience over many years on data analytics. Opposite to what we had in digital business models, media is in the end. Media is not using data analytics yet to scale where we have other industries. And you have many in the middle, like machine, like technology, banks, retail. They are all looking yet for opportunities. And yeah, as we heard, there are many opportunities which can be used. What are the key learnings which we took from that big data report, mit Daten Werte schaffen, creating value from data? The most important thing is to have a comprehensive strategy for data and analytics. Still, we see most companies drive D&A from a technology basis. We know there is a technology available, we implement that technology, buy some large databases, buy nice fancy stuff, but we do not have a strategy how to implement D&A into the DNA of a company, into all processes, into the business model. So before you start with data analytics, have a strategy, think about it, what do you want to achieve, and how can D&A help you to bring your company forward. The second we advise is to actively address data protection and security. We have lots of chances, but it's not worth risking the trustworthy relationship to have with your customers. So it's very important to know which data is being generated by whom, which data is being processed by whom, and how can you guarantee that this data is secure and protected. We all know there is no 100% security, but we need to have a decent level of security to have the trust of our customers and to show that we comply with all data regulation, that we comply with data protection laws. You all know the issue we have with safe harbor. That is something which German companies need to address actively and to show their clients that they can handle this. Establish a data culture. You will not be able to push data as an CEO initiative into a company. You need to start with individuals, with your people. You need to take them on the journey to data analytics because everyone, everywhere will need data. Everyone out there, whether it's in the production side, whether it's sales, whether it's purchasing, they all need to understand that data can help them to improve their processes, to get better in the job they do every day. Consider outsourcing and partnerships, especially for the Mittelstand. It will probably be important to have strong partners who help them to do big data analytics. It's of course, you need large-scale technologies, and you need knowledge which you cannot maybe have in your own company. So it's important to have partners who help you generate the data, who maybe can bring you data, external data, into your company, and who can help you have algorithms which bring you real insight. You need to identify use cases which really help your customers. You cannot just look into use cases which have your own. So we have nice use cases on tax optimization, on cash flow optimization, but really start what will bring my customers forward, and that only will bring value to your business model. And last thing, leverage external data. There is external data out there. There is open data out there. So that will bring value to your own data. Only if you combine internal and external data, you will really generate value. I hope the time is exactly up, so I hope this was an interesting story for you on where does Germany stand in terms of digital. If you want to learn more, just visit us in our booth, just download the studies I presented, CEO Outlook, generating value from data and survival of the smartest, and we're happy to give you more insight in those studies. Thanks very much.